Okay, now what you see is that I've taped the entire sheet together. I've got pieces of tape everywhere where I've matched my curves. What you're going to notice, of course, right off is that there's lots of white gaps. That's just where the pages overlap. That's normal. What you can do is get a Sharpie marker and just go in. You'll be able to see the lines through the page. Just trace your lines out. You can match your lines up that way. You really don't have to do this. It's just a nice touch if you are worried that your curves aren't matching properly, or you just want to make sure everything lines up so you're matching your dots. Just go through here. And also, at some points between the sheets, some of the wording gets cut off. And that's normal. It's just the rest of the wording is either underneath on the other sheet, or it just got eaten a tiny bit by the printer. All you need to do is get your thumbnail out if you can't read this. And I think the case here was I used a jet printer instead of a laser printer, which sometimes does a little bit of a poor quality job on the wording. And you'll just write in what it is, short sleeve elastic guide. Technically, these guides here are not pattern pieces. They're just measurement guides. So you really don't need to cut them out or use them. All you have to do is measure them. So if you're using the size 4 pattern, then all you do is measure from here to here. And that's going to tell you how wide to cut your elastic for the neckline. So again, just go around and match up your little lines. Make sure that you've got all your pieces. You can use a ruler if you need a straight edge. You can use a curve. If you don't have a French curve, grab a handy bowl or a cup and just use the rim to trace around the especially curvy areas here on the sleeves, and that'll work just fine. And once you're done, you have your entire pattern sheet. And you can simply cut out around, let's say you're using your size 6, you're just going to cut your paper pieces out and use them that way. I don't recommend that. My favorite thing to do is to actually trace, and I know it's another step, but you're going to really appreciate it if you decide to make a lot of these dresses. Go ahead and trace a master pattern piece by laying a piece of interfacing over the top of the sheet, and then just trace every piece onto the interfacing until you're done. That becomes a masterpiece. You don't even have to pin it to the fabric because it's nice and sturdy and it will lie flat. It's not like paper that's going to curl up or shift or slide, because interfacing tends to stick to the material. So that works really well, and then you don't have to worry about wrinkling your paper pattern when you store it. So repeat this process for the other sheet and get your masterpieces done, and then you're ready to sew.